Just 3 months ago, I started working on my very own first ever video game that I'm making on Roblox Studio. But just a few weeks ago, my game looked like this. Didn't have any fun gameplay or any reason to actually play the game at all. So by the end of the video, we'll be transforming it into an actual working game. Sort of. Watch to the end to see the progress. So, like I said at the end of episode 2, today we're working on the round system. And as you all should know, I get quite sidetracked while I'm doing game development, so I did a little bit of building just to fill out the map a little bit. So first, we're gonna make the round system, because I'm sure that's why all of you guys clicked on the video. So I went ahead and opened up the Explorer, went to server script service, and inserted a script. And this is going to be where I script the round system. So then I changed the name of the script to Round System so that it is more organized over in the Explorer tab. And now we find ourselves on a blank slate. I had no idea where to start, so I decided to look up a tutorial on how to make a round system, just to start understanding what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Krearers tutorial was actually very, very good, and it actually taught you things and left most of the script up to you to be able to actually choose what it is, but the script itself was basically just the simple, basic format. So huge shoutouts to Smarty Blocks for the tutorial. So now, it's time to start scripting. The first thing that I did for the script was get the services that I would need to make the script work, which include the replicated storage service and the player service, but later on in the script I'll be adding a ton more that I'm going to need, like the workspace. And next up, we're adding the variables. If you don't know what variables are, it's basically a value in which you can change to affect your script, like the amount of players or how long the round will be. The script has a variable for how many players it requires for the round to start, or basically how many players will be in a round, how long the round is, which for now is 30, which will be changed later, and also required players will be changed later, and how long the time between the rounds will be, which once again will be changed later. This status text line is actually just the number of how long the round will be, basically just the countdown telling you when the round is start or how long till the round is over. Right here I wrote what I want when it is waiting for players, so I did waiting for project members, and then task.wait is basically just wait, but it's better for performance, or so I've heard. Right here just says to start the round it has to be either equal to or more than the required players. And the start round function is basically just going to be what happens when the round starts, but we're not scripting that yet. We're saving that until a little later into the video, which I don't know then, but it's going to be the longest part of the script that I have to make. Anyway, I added the end round function, which basically is the same as the start round function, but just controls what happens when the round is done, and just made it so that the text can be, interchangeable with the toString, which I do not fully understand myself even. And then I added the text for when the match is in session right over here. And that's pretty much the whole start of the round system. But before we finish the rest of the script, let's do a little bit of building. I made this stone arch for the portal with the Archimedes plugin and did the little particles, and now I'm just adding little crystals, which are, I don't know what they actually are, but they're just, little crystals that I made in Blender the other episode just to give it a little bit of detail. Then I added them to the lobby. One of the portals is going to teleport you to the obby and activity area, and then one of them to the shop. Then I moved to the actual map itself and onto the bases, where I added a few railings just to make it look better and so that you don't just fall off the edges. Next, I made this little ramp a little thicker and then added a sort of triangle part so that you can get past. Then to add a little bit more cover, I extended the walls out a little bit, and by the way, every single different color of base will have different colored walls like this. And since the slanted railing looked a little bit weird, I changed it so that how an actual slanted railing would look in real life, so it doesn't look so odd. Back over to the lobby, I added some dialogue to me and Thunder's characters to serve as a tutorial or introduction to the game. We are all over the place. We're back to scripting, and here I script a healer block so that when you walk around on it, it gives you health. Off camera, I added this text that when you're on the island, it says, "Quick, get to your color base and grab your weapons," and it disappears when you get off the island, and it serves as sort of a tutorial for newer players. As you can see on the side of the screen, there is the team's GUI, and obviously I'm going to rework it, but for now this is what it looks like. Then I added some rocks and stones to serve as a bridge to get to the green and red base. Then I added the other two bases, with purple being similar to blue and green being similar to red, so there's one base in every single corner. Then I added these two hover blocks, which serves as a way to get to the little circle in the middle, which is going to be the final fight for when the lava gets high enough. And speaking of the lava, I changed the lava rise script, and it took quite a while, but I figured it out anyway. And basically what it does is makes it so that at the very beginning of the match, the lava rises slow. In the middle, it rises at a medium pace, and at the end, it starts rising quite fast so that it can, hurry up the match and be a little bit more intense. Alright, I've procrastinated long enough. Now we've got to finish the round system script. It took me a long time to do, but here's how it turned out. First things first, the services. I added the workspace service to be able to get obviously the workspace so that we can control the part. The part that we are controlling is the lava, which we get right here. So in the start round function, this is where we do most of the changes. Let me walk you through what I did. This line right here just changes the text at the top to transporting members while the players are being transported to the map. And how all the players get to the map in the first place is with this line right here, which just teleports the players onto the starting island. Anyway, here's how I made the player teleporting script. So I took this little part right here and copied the position and had it right here, so that cframe.new is basically where the player gets teleported to, and copied the position of the part in the world. Then I made the part invisible so you don't have to see it. I did the same thing in the lobby where I copied the part so that you can teleport to it when the round is done, and I just pasted the position in right over here. And when the map starts, it just sends the lava to the starting position so that when it goes to a new round after that, the lava isn't like halfway up the map while the game just started. And once again, I used task.wait instead of just normal wait for, I guess, better performance. Rolling over to the end round function, it's a very similar script, but I'll still explain what happens. This line right here just tells the GUI to change itself to mission complete. This line right here just teleports the player to a certain point in the lobby. And that's it. It might not seem too complicated, but for me, it took me way too long to figure out because I am absolutely terrible at scripting. It definitely requires a lot of problem-solving skills and just not giving up when one thing doesn't work, because there's a lot of things that just simply didn't work. Alright, now we're going to test it, and yes, I'm on mobile, because I just decided to do it on mobile, for no reason, I don't really know why, and yeah, here is the intermission. It's about 10 seconds long, and it teleports you over to the match like this. The tutorial text is here telling you what to do, and when you leave the area, it stops. As you can see here, the lava is rising perfectly, so that is good. I'm happy that works. And let's just make it over to the base over here, just to watch the lava rise and just see how everything works. And admire the beautiful map that I built. Oh my, I can't believe I made this. No? Okay, anyway, guys, while we're waiting, subscribe, please. Actually, I'm not going to beg you. You guys can do what you want. But yeah, it teleports us back to the lobby, and after the intermission, it teleports us back, and the lava is reset. Now let's talk about some of the miscellaneous things that I did over in the map. I first added some lava bubbles and smoke particles to the lava so that it slowly rises up to add to the atmosphere and just make it feel a little bit more realistic. Sticking to what I did to the lava, I added a light emitter to the lava that just makes it brighter and dimmer over time. Then my friend Owen, shout out to Owen, made an obby for when you're waiting for the match to begin, and yeah, he wanted to work on the game, and I said he could make an obby, which is actually very useful because I really didn't want to make that myself yet. Yeah. But that's gonna be all for today's video. I know this video took like 2 months to come out, but it's because I had a lot of trouble with the scripting and just kind of took a break from developing the game in general. Not many people make it to the end, so thanks for watching until this point, and yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Have an impeccable day, and goodbye.